Well, it's Thursday night, 7 o'clock here in Las Vegas, and it's time for Vegas Unwrapped right here on VegasAllNetRadio.com, part of the Lotus Broadcasting family. Tonight, Mr. Ricky Cash takes seat number 1 tonight as Aaron's out on vacation. So let's go to Studio 3A. Time for Ricky Cash and his guest tonight. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? We have a tremendous show with Philip's List, although I know he's listening because he's probably, right now, he's got his app on and he's probably listening, and I expect probably a call in before his takeoff time. He's heading back to the metropolitan New York area. His niece is being bat mitzvahed this weekend. And, of course, as of 4 o'clock Eastern time this afternoon, all 3 New York airports were closed. Right? However, I have it on a very reliable source that by 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is long past, that the airports will be open. So he will be flying on the red eye tonight along with Robin, and he'll be landing in Newark tomorrow morning. Now, as you know, the sound doctor down in North Carolina couldn't get a flight to Newark, so she got on a flight after waiting 4 hours at the Greensboro airport, got a flight to Philadelphia, and then has to get in a puddle jumper and shoot up to Newark. I'm telling you, I don't even know how Stacy's getting there. I have no idea. Radar's going to probably walk, from Baltimore. Should be interesting. Anyway, great show tonight. We've got some interesting guests, people that you know and have heard before. But more important than that, I have a new co-host tonight.
You do?
Yes.
Who do you have?
It's the infamous Kimberly Marsh. Sometimes I call her Cammie, and most of you know her by that. And she worked late at the law office, but got here in time to join us tonight. Cammie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. You're looking well. Haven't seen you much in the last 2 days.
I've been in Phoenix.
I know.
In corporate, visiting with them, and it was fun.
You're a hotshot.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Anyway, so tonight we have in the first hour Alyson Sinai, who's been on the show a number of times, good friend of the show's, and DJ, her husband, is making his second appearance on Vegas Unwrapped. Last time we had him bring his musical accompaniment, and he sang, and it was really cool, but we didn't ask him to sing tonight, although we may. And we also have another special guest, and that's their absolute genius, brilliant 10-year-old son, Jacob, who I love to death, and he's our potential, I don't know, what would you call it?
Grandson-in-law.
Oh, wow. Anyway, we're going to hook him up. We're going to hook him up with Kyrie in about 10 more years. So we'll see what happens there. So DJ and Alyson will be with us for the first hour. They'll be joining us a little bit, about 7:15. And, of course, we have Doing It with Styles. JPEG is here. And he'll be doing that at 7:45. And then at top of the hour, Nina 10 from the Senior Spectacular, I don't know what that is, the Senior Spectacular Spotlight?
Senior Spotlight Spectacular.
Yeah, that one.
There you go.
There you go. Very
okay,
good.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, she's going to come on and talk about that because that's coming up on the 14th, a week from Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then Cammie is going to get into the picture with a big segment on Eye of the Law, which is going to take us possibly all the way through the second hour because we'll be debating all the crazy stuff that's going on here in Vegas. I got a scoop from one of my people out in the field today about a Clark County School Administrator. I'll talk about that. And we should have a regular, really good show. So, Cammie, do you have any shout-outs tonight?
Yes, I do.
Who's listening?
Oh, my favorite girls.
Oh, the granddaughters are listening?
The granddaughters and the daughter, Stephanie. Hi, girls. Hi, everybody.
That's excellent. We like to hear that. I talked to Stephanie twice today. We all wish her success. She's going back under the knife and scalpel on March the 16th. She's got to get this back situation finally taken care of. And since I'm leaving the next day, she will have her mother around to help her out for post-surgical recovery. Of course, you're going to have to work, so it's mostly nighttime stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're listening. Of course, North Carolina is in the house. They're listening. I talked to Lois today, and
hi, Lois.
She's happy that I'm coming out. She says I'm going to be giving you a break. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you girls have been talking about?
There's one thing I say as soon as I drop you off at the airport when you go away.
And what?
Freedom!
Listen to this. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. Anyway, so if during this time you can call in 702-483-4444 and join in the discussions. You can Skype us at the Vegas All Net Radio.
That's on.
That's on, and we actually had a wonderful Skype with
Spike.
Spike. Shut up. We had a wonderful Skype with Tony Martini this week from Australia. We had a gal on. Remember Bobcat? Almost 45 minutes.
Yeah,
and the
great.
Skype was good.
Yeah.
Does he make chocolate martinis?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't
Chocolate.
know. Anyway,
It's all about the chocolate.
I'm going to turn the first section over here to Mr. Bobcat because we have a very, very special weekend that officially, I believe, started tonight, right, at 6 o'clock?
Actually, it got kicked under last night at 7 o'clock as the World of Outlaws came to Las Vegas.
And what was that all about?
Well, I'll begin and have to tell you. Good evening, folks. Bobcat here for the Vegas Unwrapped Sports Desk. I don't care what's going on in NBA.
Neither do
I
we.
really don't care about college basketball or any of that.
Not after last night.
The big news here, buddy, it's coming to town. 158,000 strong will pack the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I talked to Vice President Mr. Jeff Motley out there today, Director of Communications. There will be less than 4,000 tickets available for Sunday for walk-up on this thing, Mr. Cash. This could be the first time in many years that it's a sellout, not just here in Las Vegas, but around the country, buddy. Are you talking that stock car don't bring big business? Well, let me tell you what kind of big business it does bring to this economy. When the races started back in 1998 here, it brought in $116,240,000 in non-gaming revenue. Last year, $240,605,000 was brought in. They're saying this year the number will top over $300 million in non-gaming. So anybody that thinks that auto racing ain't nothing but for the good old boys down south and that they don't spend no money, well, I got 300 million reasons why we need another race here in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. I concur 100%. I've been talking about this for that second race, come the summertime, maybe even as part of the chase. That would be tremendous.
Well, the contracts are up in 2 years with Ford and with the Miami Homestead, and like Jeff Motley told me in an interview that we did on Pit Road Racing, he said if the higher powers to be will order it, we will order it. But I can tell you this, that SMI has set themselves up for this second event if it comes around. They have purchased Kentucky Speedway, and they're having an event there, but I can see that being shuttled off to the side if this one. Also, news came out today, the Attorney General's office over in Dover, Delaware, will not file charges against Kurt Busch. So the domestic violence is going to be dropped from Patricia Driscoll, who filed this claim, saying that about 6 months ago that Kurt Busch strangled her in her motor coach, rattled her head off the motor coach wall 3 times. Since then, NASCAR has put him under suspension, but the Attorney Generals in Dover, Delaware are clearing Kurt Busch. NASCAR has said that they got him under a reprogramming program, and as far as they have a drug abuse, and now they do have a domestic violence. So he has signed all papers. He will live up to the contracts. So if everything gets put into right, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, we will see Kurt Busch back in the number 41 for Stewart Haas Racing. And of course, tonight, the haulers are underway. They just got started. Tomorrow is qualifying day presented by Stratosphere. It's knockout, Mr. Cash. 50 cars will take the field for about 12 minutes. The first 24 are eliminated. Then after that, another section of time will run. Another second round of knockout qualifying as we take them from 50 down to 24, 24 down to 12, and then the final 5 minutes is the final 12 will battle it out for the starting 12 positions. Of course, everybody in the back of the field. And also, just announced, Jeff Motley told me that Dale Earnhardt Jr. has put himself in the Xfinity race on Saturday, so he'll be running the Boyd Gaming 300 and, of course, the big show, Green Flag on Sunday, 1:18 with Fox Television coverage. And that's a look at NASCAR for you, buddy.
Tremendous. Cammie, what?
Oh, Mr. Bobcat. Do you have any news on the other Kyle that's got the broken legs?
Kyle Busch will be out for a minimum of 10 weeks through a compound fracture and a broken, 3 bones broken in the right foot. At least 8 to 10 weeks he will be out.
Wow.
So Durango High School boys have had a rough start to the year.
They've had a rough start to the year, and of course, all the points will go towards the driver that seats them as they sit. So right now, Kurt's out of points and Kyle's out of points, and we'll see what happens. But good things there for Kurt Busch. A lot of people, Mr. Cash said NASCAR jumped the trigger on this one. Maybe a little bit, but I'll tell you what they didn't want. They didn't want
an NFL.
They didn't want the NFL or the NBA problems that they've had, so they did it. They cleaned it up. So congratulations. It looks like Kurt Busch is going to be cleared of all the charges. The Outlaw should be back in the seat within the next couple of weeks.
Have you checked the sports books to see who's the favorite?
Favorite of the odds is currently running, tied up right now, 13-1 out of Sam's. 13-1, either Jimmy Johnson or Dale Jr. to win it. But I'm going to tell you a really good bet.
I'll tell you. I'll give you my 2 good picks.
I got a good bet here for you. He's 30-1 to win it. Put $5 on Rocket Ryan Newman.
You've been talking about him for quite a while.
And he finished second up in the points and didn't win a race. I'm telling you, man, 30-1. Go put a nickel spot on Rocket Ryan this weekend, man, at 30-1.
All right. I like Harvick and Joey Logano.
He's tough, man. Out of that, the Penske guys seem to be the group to beat this year. And, of course, Joey Logano won the Daytona 500. The second youngest winner to do it, of course, Trevor Bayne won it about 3 years ago for the Woods brothers. But Logano's tough to beat. Should be a great race. We're going to be out there on pit road racing. He's going to be doing cutaways all weekend long from the Speedway. We started tomorrow on our sister station, 920 The Game. And then we'll be out there Saturday from 4 to 5, and then Sunday 1 to 3 for the big Super Show. So we're rocking and rolling, ready to go.
Wow, great sports report, great race report. Appreciate that. We're going to take a little bit of an early break.
Okay.
We'll come back with DJ and Alyson, and maybe we'll get Jacob on the mic too. And let's have a great show.
Let's do it. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped right here on Vegas All Net Radio. Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Jay Peg, Bobcat, and a whole room full of special people tonight. We'll come back right after this 2-minute break, everybody.
Welcome back. Vegas Unwrapped. Without Aaron Phillips, I feel almost naked.
Why would you do that? I'm right here.
Well, I get that, but well, Aaron, sorry about that. But you know who I forgot to really mention in the opening? I forgot to mention JPEG. JPEG's behind the camera.
Hey, JPEG.
And he's going to be doing it with Styles a little bit later in the show. In the meantime, 2 of my dearest friends, probably along with Aaron and Robin, my favorite couples, DJ and Alyson Sinai, join us at Vegas Unwrapped. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome.
Oh, gosh, are we married? That was the same sentence at the same time.
Yeah, that was great. Actually, as I mentioned earlier, this might be your 3rd or 4th visit, Alyson.
I think it's my 3rd.
Well, you came with Brooke.
I came with the Just One project as a photographer for her, so it's 4 times I've been in this room.
Wow, that's right up there with our after dark people. No, but I am. I'm trying to be. So, Alyson, tell us what you've been doing for a while lately. I know you did some great photography for Aaron.
That was so much. That was one of those moments where you have great stories to talk about after the event because it was windy. It was freezing cold. We had weather conditions were fighting us. I had everybody stripped there. It was over in a community park by my house. Beautiful. But everybody had to take their coats off and just act like it was a beautiful sunny day and suck it up, and we had hair whipping everywhere, and it was like I said, it was one of those things you look back and think that was fun, but during, not so much.
Well, I saw some of the pictures and it looked like, they didn't look stressed. They looked like
we had a good time. We were laughing, and we had a complete stranger stop and offer to tell us jokes to keep everyone smiling. I mean, how often does that happen? It was great. It was a good moment.
Predators everywhere.
They have to remember, though. 16 gets you 20. 12 gets you life.
This is true, and we don't want anything
rules
to do
to
with
live by.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So, Alyson, what else besides the photography? I know you're always involved in 90 different things.
I do like to keep myself out of trouble. I'm still keeping my blog active, still keeping myself active. Had to kind of re-energize my schedule with plantar fasciitis and heel spurs. Took me off my feet. Mm-hmm. And a couple months was not fun. And so I've discovered that I'm a good swimmer.
Really?
And yeah, I enjoy swimming.
Where do you swim at?
I swim at LVAC.
Okay, where?
They have their pool down. The one of Flamingo in 215. And I take the aquatics classes. And I'm telling you now, before anybody makes fun of an aquatics class ever again, take one. That is not a class for old ladies. I will never get into a fight with one of those old ladies that takes that class.
Are you still doing Zumba?
No, I can't do Zumba anymore because of my feet.
Oh, that's terrible.
I can't walk anymore. I can't go for very long distances. I can't dance anymore. So I had to put on my big girl panties and figure something out and stop being upset about it. So I take the bicycle class at the gym and I swim.
We got a caller on the line.
Woo!
Caller, welcome. Vegas Unwrapped. Who's on?
Hi, Dad.
Oh, my goodness. It's Stephanie. How are you, girl?
I'm good.
Good.
Hey, come say hi, Pop-Pop.
Oh, my goodness.
Say hi, Pop-Pop.
Yeah, that's great. Dead air. Just what I need. I'll tell you, Phyllis.
Hi, Gianna Marie.
There you go. Phyllis is going to kill me. What's going on, Steph?
Nothing much. The grandbabies wanted to say hi.
Well, that's great. We all wish you success with your upcoming surgery.
She hurt her arm.
Did you hear that? Anyway, good luck. Tell me how that works out for you.
Hi to Pop-Pop.
Yeah, there you go. I got all the kids saying hi, Pop-Up.
Which one was that?
We're gonna see them again this weekend.
Say hi, Pop-Up. Hi, Pop-Up.
Oh, there you go.
That's Kyrie.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Kai.
Alyson's there, too. What?
Oh, this is true. Aunt Allison's here.
Hi, Kyrie.
Hi.
Oh, I love it.
Jacob's here.
Jacob's there.
That's all right.
He says hi.
It's all good. Well,
Blessing from ear to ear.
thanks for calling in, Steph. We appreciate it. And
We love you.
love you all.
Love you. Say love
Oh,
you.
my goodness.
I
Isn't this
hear
great?
Braylon doing the raspberry
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
She's great. At least.
Bubby. Gigi says love you, Bubby.
Love you too, baby girl.
Isn't this a family affair? As long as she doesn't call us psycho. Thanks, Steph. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
That's
Family love.
That's our Stephanie. So, God, I'll tell you what, poor kid has really gone through hell. This is the third back surgery in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And the first two were unsuccessful. They were supposed to fuse her spine.
Yes,
And they didn't.
the fusion did not happen.
It didn't take.
Yeah.
So
that's insane.
And I don't want to badmouth people because they advertise on TV all the time. But keep away from places that promise a lot and don't deliver.
Homework.
Do your homework is right.
Do your homework
Absolutely.
and research these places and doctors.
Nope. There you go. We just heard about homework. So, Alyson, Keep going wherever you were.
Wherever I was. Where was I? Just to
The old
to-
lady's doing the
the
thing.
aquatics class.
Yeah.
What the aquatics class did for me was it made me comfortable to be in a bathing suit. It made me comfortable to actually look at other bodies in a bathing suit. But there's a variety of them in there.
How old were the elderly people?
It ranges. Like I'm in my early 30s, and I'm not the youngest. I might be the youngest one in there. But then it goes all the way up to, I know one gentleman who's 84.
Wow.
So there's a
Really?
big range, and everybody has their different reasons: knee surgery, hip replacement, shoulders, things like that. But man, it's a heck of a workout. It really gets you into it. It's good.
You'll be there soon.
It's really
quiet.
good for you. I'll tell you what, it's really good for you. And the it's so intense because I would never fight don't take one of their purses. They will kick your butt.
Wow. Well,
Not that I've ever wanted to take an old lady's purse, but I'm going to think twice now.
Anyway.
Well, when I saw my knee surgeon, he said the best exercise you could get
Is in the water.
is in the water. If you
Yeah.
can do it
There's
between
no
now,
impact
no problem
the-
at all.
Yeah, there's no
So,
impact on the joints.
It's been fabulous for me. It's great.
The reason why I'm not having the knee surgery done immediately is because Medicare has come up with regulations, national regulations, in order for them to pay the doctors. You have to fit into a certain category at different heights. So in order for me to do this, I have to lose 20 pounds.
So come with me to a gym class.
When are they?
I go Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And it's in the morning, or
I
when?
go in the morning.
And you go right to the pool?
Yeah,
And you're allowed to bring a guest?
absolutely. I can take you with me, no problem.
I'm there.
Awesome.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., you will come and take an aquatics class with me.
Absolutely there.
Awesome.
Yep. Bobcat.
You will love it.
We meet you at your place.
Yeah, because
Well,
then the
we-
gym's
we-
right down the street.
Which one do you go to?
I go to Flamingo and 215.
Oh, I know. I'll meet you there.
There,
you
done.
go.
And what
Done.
time is this class?
9 a.m. So you want to be there about 8:50 so you can get
Nope.
equipment, get in the pool,
No
get
problem.
your spot.
Is that Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
How do
Should
you-
we take bets? Is this a great time to start taking bets?
I'm there.
So I take it you're taking my car.
Right. So I'll take you to work. I'll take you to work, and then I'll go from there. We have another caller.
I'll
This
sneak
is-
away and
this
bring
is-
the camera. You believe this?
Oh,
This
gosh.
is I know who's on the phone.
I may not show up that time.
I'm gonna nail him now.
Is that Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
All right.
Just a second.
All right.
we're a little distracted.
Oh,
What's
boy,
going on?
Boy, you just rocked the world there. Go ahead, Aaron.
Harry!
We have a caller on the line.
Well, don't you know that shit doesn't float?
Oh, man.
The number you have reached is not in service. Please call again at a different time. And
You got it. Yeah, okay. I'll leave a message, right? And you'll call me back. But I got to tell you where I am calling from right now.
okay,
You
Chinese.
remember our good friend Desiree Azevedo from the Passion Party?
Oh, of course,
yeah.
Desiree. We love Desiree.
Yes, we love Desiree. She's listening up front in the driver's seat. She also drives limo for a company called Presidential. And
Oh, I
you
know
know,
that.
with the cost of 4 or 5 days down at the airport and everything else, and worrying about cars and keys and everything else, I said, well, let me call Desiree. She's in the business. And guess what?
What?
We're sitting in the back of a stretch limo that Presidential limo sent over saying, hey, you're picking up Aaron Phillips from Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio? You
Sure.
can't put him in a regular sedan.
No.
Oh, that really stinks. Yesterday I got stuck in a van to get to
Well,
court
that's the
from the.
difference between an attorney's office and being an entertainer.
That's true.
That's right.
That is true.
We definitely rate. So where are you now?
Well, we're just pulling out of the complex. We're getting ready to turn on Cheyenne, and we had, like, as we were exiting the complex, there were about 100 people looking out their windows wondering who was in the limo
Right.
coming down the street.
Right. Did you say goodbye to Mo and whoever she is?
Yeah, I said goodbye to everybody.
Good. All right. Because
So-
that's on the gate. You saw that, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes,
That's
I-
what I'm talking about.
I did. I saw it on the gate. Hey, by the way, the sound doctor was on an all-day odyssey from North Carolina to New Jersey. I'm sure you got a little bit of it from Robin.
Not only that, I
When we
talked
went down-
about it.
when we went down to get the glasses. She finally, about 5 minutes ago, landed in Newark.
Oh, really? So she made it to Newark. So we already talked about this early in the show.
Did you?
Yeah, I explained that she was going to probably have to do a puddle jumper from Philly to Newark.
Well, they get the great person down at the gate down in Philadelphia found a connecting flight from Philly up to Newark that they put her on, but the question was going to be whether she was going to get to Philly on time to get the connection. Well, when she landed in Philly, she had about 5 minutes to get to the other gate, and just when she got there, they were beginning to board. But then she sat on the tarmac. They had to de-ice the plane about 12 times.
Sure.
Then they had to go back to the gate for a mechanical issue with the wing. So, but finally, thank goodness she made it, and they got 5 inches of snow today in Linden, New Jersey, and it's 20 degrees, and I'm freezing already just thinking about it.
And you're coming back on Monday.
Monday afternoon, coming back in about midday. And, boy, this is pretty smooth in this limo. I'm telling you, we got wine in here, we got liquor, we got bottles of water. Desiree's just, by the way, Cash.
Why don't you drive by? We'll get you on camera.
Well, when we come back on Monday, when it's during the day, we'll take a couple of pictures by the limo. But I'll tell you what, Cash, I know you liked Desiree before, but she's smoking in this driver's uniform thing here.
Yeah, smoking is not good. It can give you cancer.
Well, not that kind of smoking, you Cashes and you.
I got it the first time.
Sure, every day that ends in Y, right?
That's it.
All right, well, I just had to call in from the back of the limo because this is an experience that we don't rarely get, so.
Well, we miss you around here. You have a good bat mitzvah, and enjoy it.
We will once we get there. My feet are on the ground at 6:30 East Coast time.
Oh, that's special. Just text me when you arrive safely.
Of course, have a good rest of the show. JPEG, stay out of trouble. Bobcat, keep pushing them buttons. And Cammie, hold down the fort, will you?
Will do, sir.
And don't forget the puppies.
Yeah, we won't.
We won't
By the way,
forget your
before you hang up, say hello to DJ and Alyson.
Hey, the Sinais are in the house.
The Sinai.
How are
You
you?
come in, you leave, trying to tell us something.
Let this be the first of many times
it's
for you
taking
riding
three
limo.
of you to replace one of me. I don't know if that's.
Well, that's good. We plan the whole show around you not being here.
There you go.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
We're going to try to fill your shoes.
I was going to say, you're not going to replace me, Cash, are you?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
All right, have a good rest of the show. I'll chat with you over the weekend via text, and I'll see you back on Monday.
Sounds great, buddy. We'll see you then.
See you, everybody.
Have fun. Stay safe.
Will do.
All right.
Bye.
That's
Bye.
Aaron Phillips. And with that, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back and continue. Only this time we're going to hear from DJ. All right. Vegas Unwrapped, Ricky Cash and Cammie. We'll come back in a few. Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. I'm Ricky Cash. We just heard from Aaron Phillips, and we continue on with Alyson and DJ Sinai. Before I start on DJ Alyson, give us some more information about the blog, contact information, what you want, and your secret word that is out there for tonight.
I have. We will get to my secret word for my fabulous blog followers. The quickest way to get to all of the information for my blog, New Figure Forward, which covers health and weight loss, mental health, spiritual health, body empowerment, body positive, all that stuff. Facebook, New Figure Forward. And then from the Facebook page, you can get linked to all the other goodies. And my secret word I've chosen is empowerment, because that's what I am all about. Empower yourself inside and out, health, mental health, all that good stuff. So the first person on my listener blog reader to post empowerment will get an awesome body positive prize.
Wow, that's pretty special.
I like to spoil my readers.
This is good. How many followers you have now?
Almost 6,500.
Wow.
6,500.
No.
In a year and a half, Ricky.
And in 6 years, we're sitting at 17-something. What's going on here?
Something wrong with this? There's something wrong about this picture, Richard?
I don't
Ricky?
know. I don't know.
I keep trying to tell you.
Yeah.
This is Bobcat.
I'm thinking that we have to go in that direction. Go ahead. Somebody's got to pick up the slack.
I mean, we're at 5,000.
Aaron, are you listening to this? Come on. All right. So,
$100 a month, man.
big time. DJ,
Ricky,
how's it going, my
it's
friend?
great. How are you?
I'm doing terrific. You are, without a question, the busiest person I know. You've got at least, from my knowledge, you've got at least 3 or 4 things going on at the same time. Not to mention, Alyson, and of course, Jacob. What is happening with you?
Right. So I am very busy. However, I always make sure to make time for my family and my friends.
Don't forget you're on camera that way.
Hi, camera. I'm.
Don't want to see the back of your head. So main occupation at the moment is?
So main occupation, I'm a licensed funeral producer with Kraft Sussman Funeral Services, which is Las Vegas's only women-owned funeral home in Las Vegas. Also, Las Vegas's only Jewish-owned and operated funeral home in Las Vegas. And we are also Las Vegas's only gay and lesbian-owned funeral home in Las Vegas, where we help all families of all different backgrounds, and we help with funeral planning, pre-arrangements, which means if you could plan 30, 40 years ahead of time, anytime you would like to plan for funeral needs, we do that ahead of time. Or people that are at need, which means people that have recently passed, we assist those as well.
And you mentioned before that when you heard the Compassion Care commercial that you do work with hospices as well.
We work with all hospices around Las Vegas Valley. We're very proud of our relationship with the different hospices in town. We also work with all different cemeteries in Las Vegas. There's 10 different cemeteries in Las Vegas, and we help you find the right one for you.
And it's not necessarily just a Jewish personnel.
That's correct.
You can see anybody, right?
That's correct. Well,
we're all going to the same place.
We're all going. We hope.
I said I hope too.
Right. No, that's we help everyone with all different religious backgrounds, whether it be Jewish, Catholic, Mormon, Hindu, Buddhist,
whatever the
Muslim.
case may be.
We help everyone with all different religious backgrounds.
And where is it located?
Our main office and our only office is off of Durango and Flamingo in central Las Vegas, easily accessible either through Summerlin Parkway or the 215.
Cammie, go ahead.
I do have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Most of it's on a legal standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of families I know have come to argue and fight over what to do with their loved ones. One wants them buried, one wants them cremated, et cetera, et cetera. Does your home actually handle a pre-arranged funeral without like a living will or any?
Right. Sometimes with living will, it does take time to get that information to a funeral home. So it's very important that you have that information ahead of time placed at a funeral home, and you have your legal next of kin, whether it be a spouse or a child that you designate, to know what your wishes are so we can fulfill those for you.
But you don't necessarily have to have that in writing, correct?
Well, it's very important to have that in writing, actually. Okay. You can choose anyone to make your funeral arrangements for you once a passing takes place, whether it be your milkman, whether it be your daughter, whether it be your neighbor. You can have anyone make those arrangements for you, and we're more than happy to honor your wishes, whatever they may be.
Right.
Interesting stuff for sure. Now, I know you a long time.
Right.
7, 8, 9 years.
At least.
And this was not, how did you get involved in this? This was not your vocation, if you will. You didn't study to do this.
Right. If you would have asked me 8 years ago if I'd be working for a funeral home, I would have told you were crazy and probably would not have been talking to you at the time. However, I became part of a Jewish society known as the Chaver Kadisha, which does the traditional Jewish bathing of a decedent once they pass away. And that was my foot in the door when it came to the funeral business. And I figured to myself, what better way to serve the community and to serve your family and friends and the Las Vegas community as a whole is to do their final wishes for them. It's probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do it.
I don't know. You're pretty good on Friday nights, too.
Thank you very much.
Tell everybody about that.
Sure. It's another job that I do. I work as musical director over at Temple Beth Shalom, which is Las Vegas's oldest and largest conservative temple, Jewish temple, where I do the music for Friday night Shabbat services, Saturday morning Shabbat services. I'm also tutoring children who are having their bar and bat mitzvah studies, different holidays, and I love being there. It's been there just past 17 years being involved with Temple Beth Shalom, and very proud of it.
I think if I were to take a poll of the people who come to Friday night service, and if you ask them the number one reason why they're there, I would venture to guess that at least 80% of them would say it's because of you.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Hopefully, they're there for spirituality uprising. Though. I hope what I do for them. I hope what I do for them is uplifting, and like I said, it's another way for me to serve the community, and that's what I'm all about.
Now, believe it or not, he's also another king of rock and roll. Talk about that.
Right. So I work down on Fremont Street at a piano bar called Don't Tell Mama. It's across from El Cortez next to the Beauty Bar, and I'm typically there about once a week, once every other week right now. Trying to wind that down so I can have more time with my family. Most definitely is my first priority.
Yeah, but you don't get
I'm a
there until
workaholic.
8 o'clock.
Right.
You leave at 3 in the morning.
Right, and then back to work the next morning.
Crazy
But,
schedule.
fortunately, it's not very often, so it's good. Kind of puts everything, both the spirituality and the work-related work at the funeral home, and gives me a way to express myself through music, so it's really exciting.
If you had to pick an entertainer or a musician or a composer, who would you pick as the one person that was somebody that you wanted to be like, emulate, or who is your mentor, at least from a musical point of view?
Right, always a big Billy Joel fan. Always been a big Billy Joel fan. I mean, his music has definitely influenced my work, as well as, I mean, if you listen to the different eras of music that Billy has covered from, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and the different music that he's done, including his whole classical background. I mean, what piano player or musician would not want to be like Billy Joel?
Well, I've heard it, and I can tell you, folks, close your eyes, and you're there.
Oh, thank you.
No
Thank
question
you.
about it.
Thank you.
So, Alyson, back to you for a second. How did you find this guy? I mean, how did you guys get together? Like, I don't already know, but go ahead.
Yeah, in fact, you were one of the first ones to know. You came to me and said, aha, I think there's something going on. All right, we met at Temple Beth Shalom.
Right.
And we were best friends.
Conversion class.
Yeah, that's how you and I and Kim got to know each other. Yeah. And then
And I met. We met
DJ
together.
was there. I worked for the religious school, and he was security, and he was so cute, and he played piano, and he was talented and ridiculously nice, and I think God had a plan the whole time. It was just destiny.
I would definitely say that. And when I've been watching you two in services on Friday night, and I'm like, I said to Ricky, something's going on between them.
That
two.
was,
Look
I will
at the
never
look.
forget when you called me out on that. I was like, oh man, I hope nobody else notices. It was so obvious across the room. Someone else noticed.
It was pretty cool.
But it was kind of one of the, I mean, I had to tell him. I told him I loved him. And he sat there a little
I was very naive
shell-shocked.
the entire time. I had no idea what was going on. And you know what? It was so amazing that you, I mean, of all, you and your wonderful wife were able to point it out to her so she could point it out to me. It's really great. Really
It was awesome. They were certainly prominent people at our renewal ceremony.
Oh,
Back
it
in
was such a
2010.
beautiful, beautiful time.
You know, it was good. It felt like it really did feel like a first-time wedding because, again, you know, Cammie converted, and when we had the actual religious ceremony with our good friend Rabbi Watson.
Rabbi Adam.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes.
Kim had such a crush on him.
Who didn't?
Yeah, I
swear.
think a lot of people did.
Unbelievable.
Plead the fifth.
And you know, it was just one of those really, really rewarding type of ceremonies. We loved it. It was great.
Beautiful. It was great that you guys
Great.
included us in that.
And then of course you included us at your wedding.
Yes.
Which was
yes.
a wild,
That's-
wild affair.
Wasn't that an adventure?
And we really wanted, some of us at the table really wanted, because there were some problems with the music, we really wanted DJ to go up and sing. And,
I kind of wanted him to save it too, and I thought that's the way we can't do that.
and he wouldn't do it. He really wouldn't do it, and we were shocked.
So Ricky, I can remind you of the story at the wedding, which is, this is a fun wedding tale. You know, we had a disc jockey who decided that he wasn't going to play the music that we suggested that we
Yes.
play. So my bride in her wonderful gown and beautiful makeup and everything walked over to him and very frustrated, saying, "Please play our wedding music." And he gave my wife an attitude. And one thing that people will learn very quick about my family is we stand
Very
behind each
very
other.
protective.
We're grizzly
We're-
bears
we're
for each
grizzly
other.
bears when you mess
United
with us.
we
so,
stand.
Yeah.
So an hour into my reception, I fired my disc
Yes, I
jockey.
know. It was great. It was amazing. You know?
And hooked up an MP3 player to the sound system and went from there. I
Yeah.
said, I don't need no stinking DJ. And
I turned to
Wanted a
Cammie. I said, "The shit's gonna hit the fan now. Allison's going up there." yeah.
All right, so we all danced, and we still had a great time.
Oh, it was tremendous.
And it ended up
Yeah.
being one of the most memorable days, obviously, of our lives.
Yeah.
Right. And little Kyrie was there.
Oh, I love
And
the pictures of her. She looks absolutely terrified.
I-
Jacob looked terrified.
They
It
were,
was wonderful.
how long have you guys been?
About 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So 3.5 years. Oh, wow. The kids were young.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were little.
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous.
All that time ago.
Really good. Well, DJ, continued success. Lots
you
of
so
good
much.
luck. Again, give information for our listeners about how they can contact the funeral home for any type of information.
Most
or-
definitely. We do a lot of pre-need planning. It's one of the greatest gifts that you can leave to your family is have everything planned ahead of time. You can reach us on the internet at www.craft, K-R-A-F-T, Sussman, S-U-S-S-M-A-N.com. You can email me at info@craftsussman.com. Our number 702-485-6500. Send up air flares. I'll find those too. So any way you want to reach us, we will be more than happy to help you.
Well, you guys are great. Appreciate you coming down,
Thank you
filling
for
in,
having us.
helping. No, you're sticking around.
Okay, never mind. I'm
You're,
staying.
you're sticking around.
Well,
Ja-
thank you
Jacob,
later.
Good-looking
Jacob,
one,
you got to
I
get
see.
on the microphone because you've got to at least say goodbye and thanks for being on.
Bye.
That's our young 10-year-old. We'll be back doing it with Styles, DJ and Alyson, great guests. Vegas Unwrapped. We'll be right back after a couple of messages.
Traditional medicine treats the disease. However, if your health continues to worsen despite aggressive treatment, sometimes the question is no longer what else can be done, but how do I want to live now? Compassion Care Hospice can help you understand the nature of your illness, the likely outcome of your current course of treatment, and how you can have the best quality of life now. Hospice may be appropriate for those with any progressive life-limiting illness or conditions such as cancer, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, stroke, ALS, heart disease or congestive heart failure, pulmonary diseases, and more. You can consult with your family and physician and then decide what type of care is best for you. All you have to do is contact Compassion Care Hospice at 702-636-0200, and they will send an admissions nurse to your home to discuss hospice services with you and your family. To learn more about Compassion Care Hospice, call 702-636-0200 or visit them online at www.cchlv.com. Let's talk about living. Let's talk about hospice.
It's time for Doing It with Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction.
Hello there. Hey. So, you'll understand why I said that some of our guests had to leave for this section.
Oh, gotcha.
No, it's okay, but I just didn't want to corrupt anybody. So,
Taint him later.
okay, so Doing It with Styles is a segment that I do every week, and I give out an award every week for some person, place, or thing that does it with style. So, because Styles is my last name, blah, 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 blah.
It's a cute little segment, which has gotten, by the way, some tremendous play.
Yeah,
we,
I love-
we
I-
get
yeah.
calls, emails, texts. You know, one text was, "Who is that guy?"
Okay, so everyone knows that the French are famous for their food, their wines, and their attitudes.
Yes,
Okay, so I came across.
I think she speaks a little French.
Oh, then,
Yeah, I can ask for where the bathroom is, my name, and.
Oh, okay. I was going to say there's
There
some
you-
stuff on here I may ask you to read then. So I came across this on the internet this week, and it basically is 20 insults that the French use, or phrases that they don't say things the way that we do. And I just thought that they really do it with Styles on this one. So
So you know, I love lists. So
yeah,
this is perfect.
so I got 20 of them.
Go for it.
Okay, so you can stop me anytime.
No, you go. It's your segment.
Okay. So the French don't piss you off, they shit you off. The French don't call you idiotic, they call you as dumb as a broom. The French don't blow you off, they give you the rake. The French don't tell you that they don't care, They tell you that they care about it like they care about their very first shirt. The French don't say, "This is annoying me." They say, "I'm getting swollen by this."
I like that one.
I do too. Some of these aren't that great, but some of them
I like
are
that
really,
one.
Just wait. The French don't tell you to leave them alone. They tell you to go and cook yourself an egg.
What do you think about camel toe in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
The French don't tell you.
It never stops, does it?
The French don't tell you that you're grumpy. They tell you that you're farting sideways.
That one's good.
Of course you would like that.
The French don't go crazy. They break a fuse.
That's
That
okay.
makes sense.
It's okay.
The French are not bumbling. They have their 2 feet in the same clog.
All right.
I thought it was the Dutch that wore clogs.
Whatever. Don't be.
Did you say ducks or Dutch?
Dutch.
Don't be so smart. Go ahead.
Okay, the French are not energized. They. The French are not energized. They have the potato.
Okay.
The French don't tell you to mind.
Wait, time. Bobcat.
We're going downhill.
Explain that to me.
Hey, we're only halfway down the hill, man. We got a lot farther to go. Okay?
Go ahead. This is fine.
All right. The French don't tell you to mind your own business. They tell you to deal with your own onions.
I like that. That makes some sense.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
The French are not broke. They are scythe like wheat fields. You know,
Yeah, I
cutting down the wheat.
I got it. I'm still broke.
I can't read that one.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
We got about 50 seconds of music here.
Okay. The French are not very lucky. They have as much luck as a cuckold. The French don't say it's useless. They say it's like pissing in a violin.
I never heard that before. Not even from the French.
The French are
That's
not
a new one.
The French are not ungrateful. They spit in the soup.
Ew.
That's nasty.
The French don't fuss about something. They make a whole cheese about it. The French don't give someone a tongue lashing.
Oh, God. Second hour of the show coming right now.
They yell at the French don't give someone a tongue lashing. They yell at them like they're rotten fish. French men don't sleep around. They dip their biscuit.
Is that the same as hide the salami?
It's probably close.
Right next to the camel toe.
All right,
Shit.
here's the last one. All right, here's the last one. The French are not big-headed. They fart higher than their ass is located. And for those 20 reasons, I'm giving French insults the Doing It With Styles Award this week.
Thank you for listening to Doing It With Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction and heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
Are you tired of your current kitchen or bathroom?
A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction can transform your bathroom or kitchen into your dream room. in as
Of
little
Vegas
as
All Net Radio, its affiliates, or its parent company.
Welcome back, Vegas Unwrapped. You know, I was listening to the disclaimer, Bobcat.
Yeah.
Right before we went on for the set, and it's interesting that they put the disclaimer on before the second hour rather than the beginning of the show. Do you think they know something?
I noticed that.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed
too?
that. Yeah, I was going to say, ask if you guys had planned that a couple of months ago.
No.
Actually, policy now is started 2 weeks ago that the disclaimer runs at the beginning and at the end. So if we upset anybody at the beginning of the show, we've taken care of it. If we've upset you at the end of the show, well,
We apologize,
we've
yeah.
covered ourselves that way too. So.
Right. If any of the listeners are of French descent, you can send your emails to JPEG at Vegas Unwrapped.
And believe it or not, those insults are in French.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you had to get them translated?
No. I mean, it has it in English, but then it has the French.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
why
good.
we were going to have Alyson read it there. So.
Transliteration?
Wow. When did she get so smart? Transliteration. That's like 5 syllables.
I don't know. She's your wife,
Oh,
man.
bite me.
That's the Kimberly I know.
And that really surprises me. I mean, as much as she hangs around with attorneys,
Well, you can take the girl out of South Philadelphia.
But you can't take me. You can't take South Philly out of me.
That's right.
And you
you
never
can't
will,
take you
baby.
anywhere.
Yeah, right. That's right. Anyway, we were expecting our second guest, Nina 10, to join us. She was going to talk about the upcoming event on March 14th. But if she's not here in a few minutes, we can blame it on Aaron.
That is the Senior Spotlight Spectacular.
And it's going to be held at the Orleans. I believe it starts around 10 o'clock that Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have a table there.
Yep.
Along with
Other people,
you know. But, you know, it's the event that I like the best. And you're going to have to guess what's the main reason.
Chocolate.
Ah, son of a gun. Just about every table there has... Here we go.
There she is.
And she's here.
Yeah, there she's at.
Every single table has absolutely, chocolate bowls, and it's absolutely terrific. Well, guess what? Joining us in the studio, come on around, Nina. Yes, now.
Live radio.
Yep. And no, you're fine. You're absolutely on time. Nina, say hello to Alyson.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And you, of course, you know Kimberly, or Cammy as I call her.
How are you?
And, John, JPEG as
Yes,
we
I
call
know
it.
John.
And you've been here before, so you know the Bobcat.
I sure do.
So there you go. So welcome to Vegas Unwrapped, Phillips List.
Oh, yes.
Aaron Phillips is not with us.
Right.
He's sitting in a limo drinking, I'm sure.
Oh, poor Phil.
As he goes to the airport tonight to get on a...
If I was going back east, I'd be drinking too.
Especially the red eye.
If I was traveling with Phillips, I'd be drinking.
There you go. Hey, I'm beginning to like this show. It's not being... all the animosity is not being directed at me, which is good.
Just wait till next
Yeah,
week.
hey,
By the way, speaking
we still
of...
got 50 minutes, so...
Speaking of next week, while I have good segue, next week is our 6th year on the air, on many different stations, but on the air with Vegas Unwrapped, and we're going to have a couple of special guests. I'm not gonna bring it up, but we did an interview, live interview the other day, which we're going to air on next Thursday, and it promises to be an outstanding show, as our 6th year anniversary should be.
It was awesome.
So it's very good. Nina, I was just telling everybody a little bit about the spectacular, that we're going to be there on March 14th, and it's at 10 o'clock, and we're going to have a lot of chocolate. And
Actually, it's at 11.
it's at 11?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
11 to 3.
Got
11 to 3, Saturday the 14th.
Got another hour's sleep.
Yep,
So,
at the Orleans.
so tell everybody what's going on. How did this come about? How did it start? What's your involvement? And how can people get involved in this, even at this late date?
Absolutely. Spotlight Senior Services Las Vegas is a senior industry network here. Senior industry professionals get together. A lot of them are in healthcare, and we're looking for events to do around town. So we said, well, let's put on our own, and that's where the Spotlight Spectacular came about. We produced the Spotlight Guide, which is a resource guide for seniors and people with disabilities. It's handed out at all the area hospitals and other healthcare organizations like Humana and CareMore. They all hand out this guide to people in need and people that are in need of services. And so when we get together every year in March, we do the Spotlight Spectacular, which is a large, huge event for seniors, veterans, and their families to come. It's a family-friendly entertainment. We have a live 16-piece big band that starts right at 11 a.m.
That's the Bruce Harper Big
The
Band.
Bruce Harper Big Band is the best band in town, and he is fabulous. And we have Elisa Fiorillo, who is a fabulous singer who toured with Prince, and she's incredibly virtual, I guess is the word to say it. She'll sing anything from Prince to the big band music, and she sings all the time with Bruce Harper and the big band.
Sounds great.
And this whole event, since we're there and another 2,500 people come on down, we want to make sure that we shed some light on some veterans organizations that need some help. And this time we're going to be sponsoring the Honor Flight Southern Nevada, which I know you know them well.
In fact, we got involved with them at last year's Senior Spotlight Spectacular.
Exactly.
And we've done 2 events with them already. Out in front of the Harley Davidson Cafe.
The pancake breakfast, which they have another one coming up too, and they have quite a few things going on. But we said, listen, you have your honor flight, which is coming up in April, and we have a month ahead to find those World War II veterans. And for those of you out there that don't know what the honor flight does, they actually escort and get flights and hotels for World War II veterans to go back to Washington, D.C. They escort them back there so that they can actually experience and see the war memorials.
Absolutely.
It's the greatest generation who, many of them have never really seen that and never saw anything when they got back from the war as far as appreciation and being honored from the government or anyone.
What's interesting about that is this has to be a first-time trip for them. If they've been there before, it kind of disqualifies them. But it's all paid for through the efforts of, Honor Flight of Nevada. And the 2 times that we've been there, it is such a moving event. I mean, you walk out of there and you just thank the Lord, right, that we had these people that were absolutely willing to sacrifice the ultimate sacrifice so that we may keep the world in a safe place. And,
absolutely.
And there isn't one of them that's under 80 years old at this point in time.
Exactly, and that's what the push is for World War II veterans, because right now, if they haven't seen it, they deserve more than anyone to go. And the Honor Flight, Southern Nevada, functions all on volunteers. So they need our help to find the World War II veterans as well as raise funds. And on that day, we have a plethora of raffles on that day.
We know.
And the event itself is free. The entertainment is free. The buffet is free. The resources and health screenings are free on that day. I can't say free enough.
Well, it's important.
Well, it's important, but you hear that old saying, you never get anything from free. And we've heard it all week long as we hand out these flyers. There are no seminars. You don't have to sit through a seminar. We're not selling timeshares.
Oh, good.
This truly is a free event. You're not going to be asked to, buy anything at the end of this. It literally is an event that we put on so that seniors and veterans and families can come together and have a community. That's the one thing that as we get older, we tend to hibernate in our homes. And seniors need social events to go to. And this is the best because you're with 2,000 other people. And
Vegas Unwrapped, of course, will be there for the third time. And we'll have a booth there. And I've decided, as I'm closing in on my 70th birthday, despite what Philip says, for every person that comes to our table that can show identification that they're 70 or more, they're going to get a Ricky Cash button.
Oh, cool.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely, because we want to give a little bit back to the community. And if they're wearing my button, that'll open up many doors for them.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lot of people there to see.
The basement door.
The basement, yeah.
The
back
bathroom
door.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, there'll be a lot of people there. I have to say thank you to our platinum sponsor, Palm Mortuary, who has always been there for the veterans, and that's one reason why they partner with us on this event to give back. And they're one of our main sponsors, as well as Humana and Cleveland Clinic will be there as well. They are a huge supporter of us. And then we have Consumer Direct. We have Destination Senior Living. We have Advantage Plus Caregivers, Nuclear Care Partners. Of course, Cajul and Cool have always been part of our marketing. And CareMore as well will be there. And they're all sponsoring this wonderful event to come out and celebrate World War II veterans.
I think it's tremendous. I know that we've always looked forward to it. John?
That was the last one was my first one.
Mm-hmm.
I was blown away. I mean, I did not expect the turnout that you guys have there. It was phenomenal.
Well, a lot of it has to do with you guys, and we thank you for getting the word out. The more that we can get it out there, the better.
That we do. Not this past one, but the one before. Cammie came down with the 3 grandchildren, and I think our second one was just beginning to walk, and she just walked all by herself, all around, because she saw that the tables had the candy.
The candy,
yeah. So I took a bite.
And Ricky was right behind
her. Oh, yeah,
her.
I took it. Well, of course, I had to watch out for her, right? And everybody wanted to feed her.
Yeah.
All right. So by the time she got home, she was so off the wall with chocolate. I got yelled at.
I think I might have saw her running around. We might have gotten a little bit of video of, because there was a really young child running around. That might have been her.
Yeah. Probably.
She was just adorable. Yeah.
That little curly head at the time.
And you brought your children. Did you bring your mom or dad, or did you bring another generation with you?
Both my parents are gone.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well,
but
that's the reason why
I'm
we
the
do
older
it.
generation. So that is my generation too. And
yeah, they actually are. He's actually in their generation.
Well, there you go.
Good grief.
He
yes,
is.
I know.
And that's the whole reason why we do it, so that whole families can come out. They can bring mom and dad out, and they can bring their kids. And it's amazing. The smaller kids, the younger kids, absolutely love the big band. They don't know what to make of it.
Is this the same band that was there the last time? They're awesome.
They were great.
They're incredible.
Oh, yeah.
They are. Bruce Harper's
terrific.
wonderful.
And
did you mention that this is free?
Yes, it is free, and so is the buffet. Those people out there.
I never saw the buffet.
What buffet?
It goes so quickly.
It was
there and you were gone.
Yeah.
You know who was at that buffet? What's her name?
Dina Titus?
Dina Titus was at that buffet.
Yes.
She was supposed to come over to our table.
Yeah.
But she was eating. We couldn't get her away.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It goes by really quick, and the big band as well. It starts right at 11, and once the big band is over and we have a change in the stage, that's when the food comes out.
Yeah. What was the woman's name who did the Judy Garland?
That is Denise Rose.
She was awesome.
She was incredible, yes. In fact, she has a show coming up in the next week or so over at the Italian American Club. Yeah, you want to go check her out. She's amazing.
You think that's Judy up there.
No question.
She did such a great job.
We've had this gentleman, Willie Ray, come out before, and he missed the last 2. Yeah. He is fabulous.
He does
James Brown.
Oh, cool. Sure.
Everyone gets up for him. He's amazing. And then we have Scythe and Deanne, and then Mark Giove, who's
Mark Giove?
Yes, Mark Giove. We know Mark.
And Lisa Gay and Chadwick Johnson will be there.
And our good friend Jeannie Bry.
Jeannie Bry.
Jeannie.
In fact, we're going down there to see her tonight, too.
Good.
Tell her we said hi.
Say hi.
We will.
From Vegas Unwrapped.
And the ever so fabulous Cat Ray, who always comes, and she's so wonderful with volunteering her time and for the veterans, and all of the Miss Senior Nevadas will be there. They love to wear their sashes.
We know all of them.
Yep.
Did you mention that this was free?
Yes, it is free, and we do. Interesting enough, we do have VIP tickets, even though it's a free show, and you can go into the 2 Humana guidance centers here in the Valley. There's one in Summerlin and one in Green Valley,
of course.
Exactly. And you could go in there, and they have these tickets. And what it is it's a ticket that gets you in early at 10:30.
Great.
To see the vendors, and it also enters you into a grand prize drawing, and we always give away a big screen TV to somebody. Someone lucky will get a big screen TV.
We won
We're
one
just coming
once.
down.
Yes, we did.
Imagine that. Right, tremendous.
And the honor flight, that is no cost to the veterans, right? There's no cost to the veterans. On the honor flight.
No, not at all.
Everything is free for them.
Yeah, they
the
just need
flight, the hotels, the meals, everything, right?
Yes, and they escort them. So if they
Yeah.
need assistance, if they're in wheelchairs, they do escort them and make sure that everything goes, smoothly for them on their trip on the plane, from the plane to the hotel, and throughout the tour of the memorials. They are amazing at that. In fact, if you go to their website, which is honorflightsouthernNevada.org. They have incredible videos there.
Yeah.
And it's so
They're-
moving to see how many
They're
of the veterans
tearjerkers.
that they. It's interesting because that one generation never got appreciated, really, unless you were in Times Square with all the ticker tape parade.
Or the
you
guy
just
kissing
didn't
the
see it.
nurse.
Yeah, exactly. They just didn't get it, and at least here we can at least honor them and celebrate them.
Nina, I don't know what to say. We just love you. We love seeing you. Spotlight Spectacular. I get it right that time?
Yeah.
Hey, wow. And, you can count on us all the time for that. We just love being there, love giving back. And this way we also, it's good for us. We get people to know more about Vegas Unwrapped and how we can help other people in the community. You know all about the Ricky Cash Fan Club, of course, where all our proceeds goes back into the community to the various organizations that get assistance. I know we have a donation coming up at the next honor flight and pancake breakfast because we're going to be there and present them with that. So thanks for taking so little time out of your schedule tonight to be with us.
We only have about a week and a half, and it's like I'm popping around to all the different places. So,
well, of course,
I could get a lot of sleep on the 15th. That's all I have to say.
Well, of course, we'll also mention it next Thursday night, and whatever airtime we have between now and then, you got us.
Oh, absolutely.
And
we
that's
appreciate
Saturday the 14th of March,
Saturday
right?
the 14th from 11 to 3 p.m. at the Orleans. It's on the second floor in the Mardi Gras and Esplanade ballrooms.
Yes, if you go to the best way to park, if you can, is by the valet in the garage right next to it, because as soon as you walk in the door, you walk straight past a couple of eateries and then make a direct left, take the escalator upstairs, and you're right there.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Got lost the first couple of years, but now I got it.
There's even an elevator that's even closer than the escalator.
Where is that?
If you go in the doors that are facing Tropicana,
Okay.
and you go in those doors,
Make a right.
make a quick right, and there's an elevator right there. It takes you right up to the hallway.
There you go. That's even better. All right. So, Nina, we appreciate it. We're going to
Thank you.
We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we got Cammie doing Eye on the Law, and we're going to talk about some of the crazy stuff that's going on in Vegas with people shooting at each other and stealing from the school board, and it's going to be an interesting last half of the show.
Police chases.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Oh my goodness. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We're still uphill. We're going down from here. All right. We'll be back right after this.
I'll sit on my hands.
Well, welcome back to the the event known as Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron always says the best stuff.
Wait.
He always says the best stuff
Hold it.
comes during the break.
Remember the movie Back to the Future?
Sure.
Okay, what was the
Hated
doctor's
it.
name?
Dr. Emmett Brown.
Dr. Brown?
Dr. Brown.
Okay, hang on just a second, folks.
Oh, great. So now we're going to have some more dead air. So, JPEG, Alyson, how's it going? Good.
Yeah.
Look at that hair.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I agree.
I wouldn't have seen it till it was pointed out. but
Yes?
Yeah.
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 Keep it up, you bunch of smart asses.
Better than being a dumbass.
Don't see yours doing tricks.
Bite me, dear.
There they go. All right, I'm so glad I'm on this side of the table. This is great.
I'm
No,
sorry,
wait.
I couldn't resist that. I apologize.
No, he doesn't get any grief when he sits here. I understand now. I understand now why.
You're too far away.
Yeah, really, it's good. All right, let's do it.
These are their stories.
Hello, it's County Week with Eye on the Law.
Where did she get the accent from? She's from Philly.
She's your wife.
Hi. Cammy, what?
I am the law.
Cammy, what's doing in the world of the legal stuff that's happening here and around town?
Here and around town, I've been out of the loop a little bit for the past 24 hours because I've been out of town and.
Well, let me give you
blah,
one
blah,
then
blah.
that was told to me by my confidential source this afternoon.
Okay.
One of the school administrators was arrested today, and the charge was embezzlement. Now, she was in charge of the, if I get this correct, English as a second language for the adult program, right? And so what happened is that she kept taking money out and buying things that she was supposed to for the school system,
students.
computers, this, that, and all delivered to the storage place where all that type of stuff goes for the Clark County School District. However, some of the invoices came in where a whole bunch of stuff went to, hold it, Guatemala.
Oh.
What?
Yeah,
All right.
Guatemala. She has, I think, a
Okay.
son there or something like that. And what they were doing is she was literally sending these materials down there to help, to help the Guatemalans learn English. And
Wow.
she embezzled the funds to do this, and she's not allowed to do that. So she was arrested today and will be, obviously indicted. And
Did they give a money figure?
yeah, they did. I think it's somewhere in the high six figures.
Ooh.
So that's a big bunch of change. Close to $1
Nasty.
million. So Clark County School District,
Our school district cannot afford
For
that.
that.
No.
It's ridiculous.
and
It is.
but at least she was caught, and obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously she will be prosecuted under the law and do some time, and yeah, but you can't get that materials back.
Yeah, you're not going to get the money back
No,
or the
not,
material.
not
yeah.
at all. So
unfortunate.
I heard that today. So that's
Wow.
a scoop. That's a scoop for you. Follow that
Yes,
and give us a report
I
on that
will.
later on.
I will be keeping an eye on that. And we all have heard in the recent newsreels that Gloria Lee has been sentenced to 5 to 15 years for
Right.
burning down her
Puppy place,
puppy shop
right?
with 27 live puppies. And thank God they all made it and they all lived. But she tried to get out of going to prison.
And how did she do that?
She was claiming she was pregnant, and because she has had several miscarriages, that she could not be behind bars because she was a high risk.
And what-
The judge didn't buy it.
No.
He said, "See ya, wouldn't want to be ya."
Wow. So she's going to have the baby behind bars and then
Yes.
probably go given over to child services, right?
Either
That's a-
child services or her husband, the
All
baby's
right.
father, if she really is pregnant.
Well,
I still
She'll-
question that.
Yeah, I'll bet that she has a miscarriage.
there's a lot of sentiment out there for her sentencing, if you will, and a lot of people feel that 5 to 14 years
For each one of the puppies would have been more appropriate.
Would have been more
Yes,
appropriate.
I
Would have been
agree.
more
I
appropriate.
agree.
Right. Well,
I agree with that.
she literally got away with attempted murder,
Yes.
and that's
Cruelty to animals,
unbelievable.
first degree arson she was convicted of. I mean, there were several counts against her, and I think it should have been a little stiffer than that.
Now the accomplice,
The accomplice, he got 4 to 15 years as well, and he made a little statement to the judge apologizing and saying his life went downhill because of his since he moved to Las Vegas, because of his tragic background, and he was abused and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, okay. I know a lot of other people out there that have had difficult lives and been abused, and they put on their panties and their big boy panties and went on with life and were positive citizens instead of negative.
Can you imagine a judge? I'm thinking about this, right? Tell me what your thoughts are. Judge is listening to a guy that claims, well, my life went bad because I moved to Las Vegas. and the judge said, really, right? Like that's a bad thing. So I'm surprised they didn't throw the book at him because as I watched the video of that many times, you see him pouring the gasoline all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. I think he should have gotten 15 to 30 years,
And-
as I think she should have gotten too.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You don't
though.
think they should have gotten more?
Oh, here, slide that over. We can waste a lot of time and a lot of trouble. No, they didn't get enough time. They didn't get enough time at all. In fact, they got too much time. What needs to be done is they need to just take them down the stratosphere, not hook the guideline, and chuck them off. 8.2 seconds from top to bottom for them to think about it. It's done, over with, save the taxpayers some money.
But given that segue, Jodi Arias is back in the news.
Really?
Stick a needle in her arm, be done with it. $8.7 million wasted on this woman.
Not going to happen.
Not done yet. Listen to
the
this.
Second jury is hung. A mistrial has been declared.
Again, for the sentencing. Not for her.
Correct.
Not for her verdict.
11-1 for the death penalty. So now that's been taken off the table, and she can only get life without parole or life with parole after 25 years, and that's up to Judge Stevens to decide.
Well, that's not going to happen. Jodi Arias is not going to see the outside of a prison wall for the rest of her life.
Oh, I hope not. You know what I think they really should do? If they're not going to kill her, put her in solitary where they do put death row inmates and let her suffer.
23 hours a day.
23 hours a day.
1 hour for playground. And
Let
the
her see
playground
what
is
it's
about
like.
as big as the studio.
Because they have no contact at all with anyone.
The biggest story that we've had over the last, I don't know, it's almost a month already.
Yes.
Was the shooting and the killing.
Tammy Murray.
Tammy Murray. We're going to skip this break and move on a little bit because the Tammy Murray thing, I know all of us have comments on it. I watch Channel 5 News, so I watch The Rant every night. And there's there are people
They're
out.
still ranting about it.
They're still ranting about it. And most of them, of course, have no concept of what the law is. But the biggest thing that is being said, and I'm not sure I disagree with this, is the fact that our esteemed district attorney does not feel compelled to charge her son with shooting a gun in public, which is it's a felony.
It is a felony. However, I was under the advisement that he was on his property.
Oh, so
there's a difference.
So he was shooting from his front lawn.
Uh-huh.
I'm not so
and
sure.
Once you get past that, once you're within that boundary, it's not city. It doesn't belong to the city.
There's got to be some culpability for that action as well, because from what I understand, they picked up 44 shell casings in that area.
Yes.
That's a lot of shooting. But
don't forget there was 2 people shooting.
I know, but that's like a small battle, isn't it?
44 casings.
Yeah.
Average semi-automatic holds
18?
12 and 1 in a pipe, right, John? 12 and 1 in a pipe, so
they're shooting and reloading and shooting and reloading?
Not unless they had a semi-automatic weapon with a multiple round clip on it.
And it's not like you see on television.
Yeah.
Well, educate us, John, since you are a war veteran.
You just whatever your clip holds, whether it's 8 or 12 or 9 or whatever. I mean, yeah, bang, 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 bang. On TV and in the movies, they shoot for 20 minutes without reloading. You have to stop. You have to reload. And that's one of the issues with not having these banana clips and 30-round clips, because in the time that it takes you, I don't care how good you are, in the time that it takes you to reload, you can be taken down.
That's right.
And okay, so yeah, well, they've killed 9 people. Well, why make it 20? Why make it 30? that's and we're not taking away anybody's guns. Nobody's trying to do that. We're just trying to limit what you can do and do some background checks. For Christ's sakes. You gotta take a test to get a license. Do a background check. I had to go through a background check to get the job I've got. But I can go out and buy a gun from one of the trade shows. I can buy a whole trunk full if I want. Of course, my weapon of choice after my time in the Marine Corps is the flamethrower.
Well,
I want a bazooka.
No. You don't want a bazooka. You want a flamethrower.
I want a bazooka.
Okay.
All right.
That's just a one-shot thing, and then.
But getting back to getting back to the Murray case, what's bothering what's got my cross stuck as well is why did she get in her car and go looking for him?
Well, supposedly they had a relationship.
Yes.
So maybe she was just trying to go to see him to calm him down.
That could be, but they haven't really gone through. They haven't really revealed what the extent of her information was and her relationship with this kid was. And they keep calling this assailant a kid. He's 19.
So he's
an adult.
Right.
So you have to be charged as an adult.
I couldn't disagree with that for sure. That's going to be one trial I'm looking forward to.
We're not going to be able to watch it on TV.
I'll tell you what I'd really like. I'd love to get jury duty for that.
Oh, so would I.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So would I. That would be awesome.
But I'd probably be eliminated because I'd probably say something.
I'd give him a cashism. You'd be eliminated
I'd give him a
because of
cashism.
what you just said on the air.
I'd give him a cashism.
Yeah.
I would too. I've already been bumped from jury duty.
Well, you work for a law office.
Exactly.
About it.
Once they discovered how many people I knew, how many of the parties I knew that were involved in the case I was supposed to be sat on, they were like, no.
Bobcat, have you ever been called for jury duty?
Sure have, in Columbus, Ohio, on a murder charge. And
sweet.
Yeah, and they looked at him. They said, "You believe in the death penalty?" And I said, "If he's guilty, stick him down and fry him." And boy, they said, "You're out of here. Thank you very much." I didn't want to do it anyhow. I had other things. I was making money,
Yeah,
and they said, if you want up, they said, when they come up and ask you about the death penalty, man, tell them that you say, stick them in the old frying chair, buddy. That's what I did. And they said,
I want to sit on jury duty so bad I could taste it.
I would love it.
I
really
would love
would.
it.
Now that
it's a civic thing, and I get that, and I would do that. But if you're going to pay me to sit on a murder trial, I want more than $4.18 an hour. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Especially if it's a sequestered trial.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you imagine that?
It is.
Where would they put us up at the El Cortez?
That's not a bad hotel.
No, it's not. But
Motel 6.
Motel 6, right? All right.
The Thunderbird down there on the street.
Now you're talking.
Getting back to the
we're not going to the Sheridan.
The Murray case.
I'm
the
sorry.
Murray case. There is still investigation going on, so we still have to see what reveals.
Ongoing investigation.
But hey,
yes,
I mean,
it is still ongoing.
Who goes home and wakes up their kid and says, "Come on, we're going to go shoot somebody. Get your gun." That to me.
It originally was brought up as a road rage. It had nothing to do with road rage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of people on both sides of this issue.
And then it turns out the kid was living around the corner.
Right. And, and that she had a relationship. She used to counsel him.
She was trying to mentor
in the
counsel
park.
him.
Yeah, I got that counselor mentor. Yeah. Okay. Everybody that believes that, stand on your head.
Well, that's why we have these kind of things.
Okay.
But you know what also is bothering me? When we lived in South Jersey and we watched the Philadelphia news because that was it. Mm-hmm. And the first 6 stories every night was a murder, a fire, a pedestrian being, killed, road rage. I mean, the first 5 or 6 stories nightly. And over I don't know, since the first of the year,
Philly.
It's the same thing here.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the same first 4.
Yes.
Now, it's not 6 stories, but it's certainly 3 or 4.
Yeah.
There's a shooting every day.
Yes, there was just one last night, as you recall. A gentleman shot 3 people, his wife, his stepdaughter, and the stepdaughter's girlfriend. Boyfriend, sorry.
Right. No, I heard it.
My bad.
You were half asleep.
I know. I was so tired. And he wound up shooting himself.
Yep.
As well. So
Yeah, every day. And pedestrians, they're getting creamed on the roads.
Yeah, daily.
Motorcycles are being knocked off like they're being hunted.
Well,
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, and I'm still trying to find out. Watch the news tonight because I'm dying to find out what happened
tell
down
that
on
story.
Charleston.
Yeah, tell that story.
I was going to a meeting this morning, and I was just coming off of the out of the spaghetti bowl down on Charleston. You know where the Wholesome Bakery is, and the
yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I get off the freeway, come up to the signal light, and all of a sudden I hear the sirens, and here's 6, 8, 10 cop cars, lights, sirens, everything, heading east on Charleston, just going like a bat out of hell.
Down to the
Okay, so I pull into the parking lot, get out of my car, get ready, and here they come the other way, back the other direction.
And what was your first thought?
Here, hey, look, it's the Keystone Cops. No, I'm serious because you see them. It wasn't 5 minutes. I mean, it was like, and then down the other way, and I couldn't see what was going on, or so anyway, haven't had a chance to watch the news yet, and I was just hoping that somebody could tell me what the hell was going on there.
We'll soon find out.
Nationally, we also have another trial that's begun, and that's the trial of the
Hernandez.
I'm talking about the bomber from the Boston.
Oh, the Boston Marathon bombers.
Yes,
yes. They
I don't know why
jury
I
seated.
really don't know why they're wasting time
Yes.
on that one. I'm with Bobcat on that one.
I'm sorry. We still
Stick a needle in 'em.
This is America, and we still have due process.
I get it.
That is true.
And I get it.
You know what?
You were innocent until proven
one
guilty.
innocent guy gets killed, I'm sorry. There's been too many. You have to have that. You have to have that. If we give that up, give it up.
I hear this morning that didn't he guilty. That's what he did. He
pleaded.
Yeah,
He pleaded.
I
Did he
heard
plead
it.
out?
Yeah. He pleaded. Yeah.
Right.
So now
he's guilty. Yeah.
So now it's a question of
sentencing.
I don't know if Massachusetts still has the death penalty or not. We would have to look that up. But so it will either be, again, if they have it, a death penalty, or life without parole, or life with parole. There's no chance in
He'll walk.
he'll get life with.
Did you hear what his
with
defense
parole.
was, though?
Is it-
Originally?
What, Twinkies?
No.
Chocolate?
There is such a thing as the Twinkie
Well,
defense,
we
by
know
the way.
that, but
No, he his attorney is alleging that this gentleman was not a gentleman, animal, was brainwashed by his older brother.
well, that would be easy because the older brother's now underground.
Exactly.
I heard the same thing that Cammie was talking about too. Currently, in the state of Massachusetts, there is no state death penalty in Massachusetts, folks.
Now, would this be considered a terrorist act to make it a federal crime?
Cammie?
It could be. That would have, yeah.
And certainly, if nothing else, it's a hate crime.
Oh, yes.
For sure. No question about that. So, again,
Stratosphere.
Stratosphere. and you're
After they've gone through the due process.
see, there you go. See, JPEG is on it, but I still like Bobcat's solution. And
I like the solution.
Yeah, but I
After
know
the due process.
But I know we can't really do that here in America because we fight for the freedoms
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
that are in the Constitution, and
Absolutely
frankly, that's
right.
one of them.
The NFL player up in New England.
Oh, the Hernandez trial.
He's currently on trial as well.
Right, for one of
That's still
the
going on.
murders.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And how's that trial going?
I haven't heard, like I said, I've been out of the loop for the past 24 hours. Usually I have my nose in the computer or on HLN or CNN, but I haven't heard anything.
Well,
since then, I will check it out.
Since I'm home now a lot,
yes.
I can tell you what's going on. The latest witness for the prosecution was somebody that with the gun, fingerprints on the gun matched the fingerprints in his car. There's just no way he's going to be acquitted for this.
Yeah.
He's going down.
And the same dumpster where they found they found his prints on a piece of gum that was stuck to a piece of paper.
See, he didn't want a litter, and that's why he'll spend the rest of his life behind
yes,
bars.
and Chris Kyle's trial is over.
Yep.
Yes,
Chris Kyle, of
he was
course,
found guilty.
the American sniper,
Yes.
who was killed by a fellow
Marine.
Yes. And his defense was
PTSD.
Yeah, and you could speak more towards that. But,
and mental issues.
Yeah, but again, when you have a high-profile case like this, it's really the court of public opinion that sometimes gives the verdict.
Yep.
And in this particular case, it did.
Yep.
But he went to his sister's house and said, "I got to get out of here. I just killed 2 people."
Yeah.
Hello.
So
and now he's claiming PTSD. Not happening. And he says he got it from being in the military. Wrong. He never saw any combat at all. And he did a humanitarian mission in Haiti when they had that really big earthquake. And he never even went on shore except to get his paycheck.
That's Cammie undercover.
Right there.
I'm telling you, she was right
Karen,
there.
if you're listening.
PTSD my ass.
Good old internet, right, Bobcat?
Yeah, you ready for that break, sir?
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take our last break. We'll come back with some comments and we'll try to kill a few minutes before we exit stage left.
We're not killing anything. Not tonight.
No, we don't kill.
Well, we're gonna.
Mean,
we might waste.
We're wasting is
we
good.
could waste it.
Whack.
We could talk about some
We
of the.
could whack it.
Yeah.
Talk about some of
Whack-a-mole.
the Anyway, we'll talk about some of the new shows that debuted this week. All right, we'll be right back after this.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Phillips, Cash, JPEG, Bobcat, and the whole crew doing it. We heard the clubhouse turn. The final stretch is on the way. Stick by right here.
Welcome back. Final segment, Vegas Unwrapped. With,
Thank God.
With Phillips List. We're having a good time, though, Aaron.
Getting wild and crazy in here.
We're having a good time. We
Somebody woke up Allison. What happened there?
They let me have a microphone. They said, hey.
Bobcat stole her.
That's all right, Aaron. When you get back in town, I'm going to kill you.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Anyway, so
you're not gonna kill him. You're gonna waste him.
So next week, 60th year anniversary.
Let me know how that works out for you.
Sometime in the future.
As Aaron would say, put your teeth in.
Right, and then can't find the damn things. I think I left them at some restaurant. You know what I used to do. I used to stick them in the ice water.
Yeah.
To clean them off. Right.
That's so disgusting.
And I think one day I left them in a Chinese restaurant.
God.
That is so gross.
What can I tell you?
At Christmas dinner?
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't smile much these days. Try to watch the way I speak. I scare the kids though. Oh man, do I scare the kids? I tell them big monster's coming in. I go at them. They start yelling like, "Oh my God!"
You gonna pay for that therapy bill?
No. I'll tell you. So next week we got a great show. Following week I'll be away. I'm going to Charlotte. Where am I going? Charlotte.
Freedom.
Why am I going to Charlotte?
Freedom.
Oh, seriously. Why am I going to Charlotte?
You're going to 2 NCAA basketball tournaments.
Yes, I am. Mike got tickets.
With Michael.
Michael Graff, Lois's husband. And so we're going on that Friday night and the Sunday, the regionals down there. And I think we'll see Duke because projected.
John Wayne? You're going to see John Wayne?
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, good Lord.
Anyway, so that's one of my bucket list items to do a NCAA basketball tournament game.
Cool.
So I'm going to get to see 2 or 3 of those.
All right.
That should be fun. And, this was the trip that I was originally going to split halfway between Florida and Charlotte. But the Florida trip fell through because cousin Gary is getting his ass kicked in his divorce court thing. He's getting creamed.
Told him not to represent himself.
Yeah, well, he's got his
in divorce court. Somebody's representing themselves.
Well,
in
he
divorce
tried.
court.
Yeah.
He tried
Do you know why divorce is so expensive?
because the lawyers want it to be.
Because it's worth it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And it's like I've always said. What did I say last week when you said that one? Why
I-
do men die before their wives?
I'm sorry, how?
Why do men die before their wives?
That's their only
Freedom?
way out.
No, because they want to. Because they want to. See how we kill? See how we
Send
waste?
your cards and letters to www.
By the way, check out our website, Vegas Unwrapped.
We have a website?
Yeah, VegasUnwrapped.net.
Wow.
It took me 3 or 4 years to say that clearly without having to
No
think about what it was.
.com.
No, not .com.
You mean www.vegas?
You know what is it nowadays? Nowadays they don't have to say the www anymore, right? They could
Just go to Vegas.
Well, that's because
Vegas
everybody knows that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, answer me this. Riddle me this, Batman. You listening, Batman? Can you just put down Vegas Unwrapped?
Yeah, you can go into
.net?
Google search, or you can go into wherever and just type in Vegas Unwrapped, and
Even in the top bar?
even in the top bar.
Wow.
And then hit enter, and it should take you there.
Unbelievable. See, you learn something every day.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
You've been learning a lot lately.
Are you kidding me? I've learned.
Right on, camel toe.
Just everybody's not going to let that go.
The funny part is that afterwards, when we were going to get something to eat, he goes, "Hey, there's one. There's one. There's one."
You will see them everywhere.
You don't see them everywhere. But
sorry,
Downtown you do.
It's all in where you go.
Yeah, downtown you do.
We ought to cut this.
So I want to thank our guests tonight, DJ and Alyson Sinai, Nina 10, of course, JPEG behind the camera, Bobcat at the board, and of course my dear wonderful Cammie, who has to put up with Ricky Cash, along with that other guy that she married.
I don't know who I'm sleeping with anymore.
Just make
seriously.
sure. Have I not talked about changing my name?
Yes, and it's not going to happen.
Well, anyway, so stay tuned. Business BCN is coming outside. They're ready to shoot in. So we made it through, guys. What do you think?
Awesome.
Not too terrible. JPEG?
You made it. JPEG, he made it through, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I'm proud of him.
All right,
I am really impressed, because I thought after the first 15 minutes it was all going to go.
Why? Because JPEG did his 10 minutes on NASCAR?
No. That's Bobcat. I'm JPEG.
He's
now we're back to where you.
Oh, see, Cash is still around.
It's time to get. It's time to get him out of the studio. Get him matted up and get out of here. All right.
Good night, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.